Welcome to another episode of Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. And before we get into it, let me just say, I'm looking a little bit hitchhiky with the Sonics hat on and the navy blue Under Armour shirt on. But hey, yeah. And just in case you see, it says 1979 NBA Finals, in which the Sonics won the championship, their only championship. NBA basketball needs to come back to Seattle. Okay, NBA basketball needs to come back to Seattle. Even though I don't watch the NBA, but yeah, I think NBA basketball would be pretty good in Seattle again. Also another thing. Let me just say. Just God bless you, okay? God bless you to all the subscribers who have subscribed. May God bless you all. I can say nothing but thank you, and may God bless you all. God is great. That's what I say at the start of every video. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great, and thank you to my subscribers. May God bless you. Now, let's get into it. So, we're going to be discussing the NBA on NBC today. Okay. Yep. The NBA on NBC today. First of all, the intro was fire. The intro was fire. I loved the intro. Oh my goodness. Nostalgia. Okay. As some of you may have seen, I actually own an NBA on NBC shirt. I own the original logo of the NBA on NBC. Then in the final few years, they actually had an alternate logo as well. So I have their alternate logo shirt as well. But now NBC first got the broadcasting rights for the NBA, which they got the broadcasting rights in 1989. Okay, so most people don't know how they got the broadcasting rights, but the TV contract for CBS was up at the end of the 1990 season. Okay, and so television rights were so NBA television rights were coming up, and I believe TNT and TBS already had the NBA, but CBS was the major network that carried big playoff games and the NBA finals. So broadcasting rights were coming up, and NBC in 1989 outbidded CBS for the television broadcasting rights. So at the end of the 1990 season, CBS would no longer have the NBA. Okay. So, of course, and when you think of the NBA on NBC, you think of about 5 or 6 things. Marv, Mike, and Magic. Marv and Matt Guokas. You think of Bill Walton, Ahmad Rashad, and let's be honest, when you think of the NBA or NBC, these are the 2 major things you think of: the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan. Let's just be honest, okay? Let's just be honest, man. And I would say the top 4 would be, when you think of the NBA or NBC, I'd say the top 4 would be the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, Marv Albert, and Ahmad Rashad. in no particular order. That's what you think about when you think about the NBA or NBC, okay? So, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way now. Some of the memories that I have of the NBA on NBC are, let's just start with the Chicago Bulls and get them out of the way. Of course, Jordan had to move in 91. The 6 threes that he hit in game 1 in 92. The fact that he averaged 41 points against the Phoenix Suns in the NBA Finals in 1993. And dropped 55 in game 4 to put the Bulls up 3-1. And of course, Paxson hit the game winner in game 6. Then there was a 72 win season for the Bulls. The 96-97 season. And then, of course, if you don't remember, Michael actually dropped 55 in game 2 in the first round against the Washington Bullets, 1997. That was the game on NBA on NBC. So, then of course, Jordan, game 6. Yeah, so, and if I'm not mistaken, the NBA on NBC began doing Christmas Day games at the start of the 91-92 season. Okay. So the Chicago Bulls were the first Christmas Day game for the NBA on NBC, and they were always on Christmas Day. From 1992 on up until 1998, they were always on Christmas. They were always playing on Christmas. The Bulls were. So yeah. Any other things that I want to remember about the Bulls? Oh yeah. You may not remember this, but the New York Knicks actually handed the Bulls their worst loss of the 95-96 season, which was a 104-72 defeat at Madison Square Garden. And I remember coming to school the next day and everybody talking about how sorry the Bulls were. Oh man. So those are just some of the NBA on NBC memories I have of the Bulls. Let's see. And the NBA on NBC came on the back end of the NBA on NBC actually came on the back end of Magic and Larry. Okay. So, yeah, it actually came on the back end of Magic and Larry. So, yeah, I remember, the first season for the NBA on NBC, they had, Lakers versus Celtics at Boston Garden in their initial season, 1990-91. So, yeah, so, let's see, then there was the Charles Barkley 44-24 game. That was Dick Enberg and Steve Jones against the Seattle Supersonics, where Barkley scored 44-20. Barkley scored 44-24 in Game 7. Let's see. Then there was Hakeem Olajuwon's 37-point performance against the Suns in 1994 Western Conference semifinals. There's that, and Olajuwon winning his first championship, and let's see. Then there was Michael Jordan's comeback game. Yeah. There was Michael Jordan's comeback game. Yeah, I remember that well. I sure do. Yeah. Michael Jordan's comeback game. The tip by Olajuwon in the '95 finals that led to a sweep of the Orlando Magic. I remember that. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to bring up when the New York Knicks defeated the Bulls in Game 7 of the 1994 Eastern Conference semifinals. Yes, I know. Yeah, I know that was a low moment. I know, but give the Knicks their hero props, even though I don't want to. Then there was the Reggie Miller 25-point game in Madison Square Garden. Yep. There was the 8 points in 9 seconds by Reggie Miller. Nick Anderson steal of Michael Jordan in 1995 in Game 1. And 1996. The only thing I can remember about 1996 the NBA on NBC are the Bulls. I know there's some memories of 1996 that are not coming to my head right now. I don't know. Maybe you all can help me out in the comments. Oh, I remember something. Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, where the Sonics defeated Utah to get to their first NBA championship. Yeah. And then, oh yeah, Magic actually made a comeback mid-season, 1996. Okay. So I remember the Lakers won Game 2, 104-94 over the Houston Rockets in the first round of the 96 playoffs. The Rockets won 3-1, but that game was on NBC. How about the 92 All-Star game with Magic? Yeah, how about the 92 All-Star game? Yeah. How about Frank Brickowski getting thrown out in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, of the 1996 NBA Finals, where I mentioned yesterday Rodman was one of the greatest agitators in the history of the game. Well, he got Frank Brickowski thrown out in Game 1. So yeah. And believe it or not, Frank Brickowski got thrown out in Game 3 as well. So he got thrown out twice that series. Frank Brickowski managed to get kicked out 2 times that series. Yeah. yeah, so of course, I remember the 97 Western Conference Finals where John Stockton hit the shot, and the Utah Jazz were so happy. I still remember that. I still have that celebration in my head. I still have that celebration in my head. Okay, where John Stockton is jumping up and down, all wild and crazy, and I can remember Greg Gumbel, and I can remember Greg Gumbel, who was on the call with Steve Jones and Bill Walton. I can remember they inbounded the ball to Stockton, and I think it was either Bill Walton or Steve Jones when Stockton got the ball, took a dribble or two, and one of them said, "Uh-oh," and then Stockton took the shot. Greg Gumbel was like, "Stockton, three-pointer, hats." John Stockton saves the Utah Jazz to the NBA Finals. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I also remember me and my dad slapping fives. Oh, man. Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I really wanted to see a Bulls Rockets NBA Finals, but I wasn't mad that I was going to be seeing a Bulls Jazz Finals. Okay. Speaking of that, Michael hits the game-winning shot in Game 1. Then there's his flu game, in which he scored 38 points. And then there's Steve Kerr's game winner in Game 6. I'm gonna get to Bill Walton in a second because I just thought of something with Bill Walton. But 1998 it was Bob Costas and Doug Collins because Marv Albert had his legal issues. So Marv Albert wouldn't return for almost 3 years, okay? But as far as the NBA on NBC, 1998, I think there was a Christmas Day game against Miami when Chicago played Miami at the United Center. Yeah. Then there was Jordan's last game at Madison Square Garden as a Bull, where he scored 42. How about Utah sweeping the Lakers 4-0 in the Western Conference semifinals? I know for me, I really wanted to see Bulls and Lakers in 1998, but again, I wasn't mad about seeing Bulls and Jazz again in 1998. Okay, I wasn't mad at that. Let's see. Of course, we all know about the 98 finals. And actually, Isaiah Thomas pointed this out in the broadcast of Game 6. He said, Utah is letting Scottie Pippen rest because Scottie Pippen hurt his back on the first play of the game, which was a dunk. And so Isaiah Thomas noticed that the Utah Jazz were letting Scottie Pippen rest on defense, okay? And Scottie Pippen was guarding Antoine Carr. And Isaiah Thomas picked up on that. He said, Utah's letting Scottie Pippen rest. He's trying to guard Antoine Carr. He's trying to guard a bigger player in Antoine Carr. And Pippen is hobbling. If I'm the Utah Jazz, I recognize that and get the ball in the car. They didn't. Needless to say. But we all know about Jordan's shot in Game 6. And then Ron Harper. Ron Harper actually talked about the Stockton miss because Chicago remembered the previous year where Utah inbounded the ball to Stockton when he hit the game winner against Houston. They actually remember when he hit the game winner against Houston, okay? And so Chicago thought that that was gonna occur again, okay? Well, if you look at the play, that's exactly what happened. Only this time, Ron Harper was actually an excellent defensive player. Okay, Ron Harper actually got a piece of the ball. Stockton missed, and there you go. Okay, so I talked about Bill Walton moments ago, and I just thought about something with Bill Walton. Bill Walton is one of the funniest broadcasters I've ever heard on the NBA on NBC. Okay, he was so funny, and the reason why he was so funny was in Game 2 of the 1995 NBA Finals. You're not gonna believe this, okay? In Game 2 of the 1995 NBA Finals, okay? Shaq was doing pretty well hitting his free throws in Game 2, okay? I think Bill Walton said Shaq doing a much better job at the line. Shaq doing a much better job at the line, hitting his free throws. He's going to be teaching Nick Anderson next. I'm like, ooh. Oh my God. I heard that. I said, oh. This man said Shaq is doing well hitting his free throws at the line. He's going to be teaching Nick Anderson next. I was like, damn. Oh, you talk about taking a cheap shot at someone. Oh my God. That was savage by Bill Walton, okay? That was savage by Bill Walton. Yeah, so there was the Miami Heat New York Knicks rivalry that developed in the later part of the NBA on NBC during the 90s. Yeah, there was a Miami Heat New York Knicks rivalry. Lakers Jazz. It was Lakers Jazz. There was a rivalry there. There was a rivalry between the Lakers and Jazz. Shaq slapped Greg Oster attack. There was there was 1999, the lockout year. The Memorial Day Miracle, Sean Elliott, okay? The Memorial Day Miracle, Sean Elliott. And there was also a game on the NBA on NBC where the Spurs were playing the Rockets, okay? They were playing the Rockets. And Sean Elliott actually hit a game-winning three in the regular season against the Rockets. And if you look at the Memorial Day Miracle, the shot, okay, Doug Collins pointed it out perfectly. Doug Collins said, and the referee was right there. He caught the ball. Sean Elliott caught the ball, and his feet were out of bounds. Only thing about it is his heels were up. So he catches the ball with his heels not down on the ground. And Rasheed Wallace is coming at him full throttle, okay? And if you just look how high Rasheed Wallace jumped in the air to try and block that shot, Rasheed Wallace was like way up to the moon. And Sean Elliott got that shot off, and oh, you talk about something that crushed Portland. Ooh, that crushed Portland right there. They never recovered. Sweet, sweet, sweet. And then there was the 4-point play, the Larry Johnson 4-point play. I remember that when the Garden just exploded like a volcano. Then, of course, the Spurs win their first. Spurs win their first title. Let's see. If you remember the Christmas Day game in 1999, Lakers versus Spurs, Marv Albert was actually calling that game for NBC. So I guess it was like a tryout. I guess it was like a tryout to see if Marv Albert still had it. And he did still have it, okay? And he did still have it. And of course, Marv Albert came back for the final two years of the NBA on NBC. But it was still primarily Bob Costas and Doug Collins. Then, of course, Mike Breen began calling games for the NBA on NBC, I believe, in '98. Yeah. So Mike Breen was there. Let's see. Of course, the Lakers won their first title that year under Phil Jackson. The Kobe Bryant Chris Childs fight. Yeah, the Kobe Bryant Chris Childs fight. In the regular season. Yeah. Let's see. Trying to remember some other stuff about the NBA on NBC 2000. Just came to me. The 15-point comeback the Lakers had against Portland in the fourth quarter. Yeah, yes. Yep. Lakers win their second straight in 2001. Let's see. Trying to remember. Kobe Bryant scores 48 points against the Kings in the series clinching sweep and the Western Conference semifinals. I remember that. There was Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. No. That has 2002. Yeah, that's 2002. Then there was Game 7 where Philadelphia defeated Milwaukee to go to the NBA Finals. Let's see. Trying to remember some other stuff. Yeah. Can't remember. Maybe y'all can help me out in the comments and kind of jog my memory about the NBA on NBC for the 2001 season. But I do remember 2002 though. Wait a second. Something just popped up. Stephon Marbury hitting those threes. Hitting those back-to-back threes when the East came back to defeat the West in the All-Star game. Yeah, I remember that. So for the 2002 season, which was the last season, there was the 21-point comeback that Boston had in the fourth quarter against New Jersey. Mike Breen wasn't on that call. It was Mike Breen and PJ Carlesimo calling that game. So there's a 21-point comeback. Of course, we remember Robert Ory's three. Yes, we remember Robert Ory's three. Who doesn't remember that? Who doesn't remember that? Let's see. Then I mentioned the Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, the overtime game, Western Conference Finals, Kings Lakers. Let's see. New Jersey Nets. When Michael Jordan came back for the Wizards, that was the first time the NBA on NBC returned to Chicago. Yeah. Yeah, so that was the Michael Jordan comeback game. Return to Chicago. Yeah. Let's see. And those are just some other things that I can think of. Those are just some of the things that I can think of. Yeah. Some of you all may have your memories of the NBA or NBC. You're probably going to put them down in the comments. So fire away. All right. That's it. That's all. For throwing it back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. Peace out. God bless. See y'all soon. I'm gone.